नमस्कार दर्शकों, आप लोग देख रहे हैं इन खबर। आज आज हमारे साथ जुड़ गए हैं मिर्जापुर के डायरेक्टर आनंद अय्यर, द मैन हिमसेल्फ. सो वेलकम टू द शो. And
Thank you so much.
Mirzapur is stuck
You.
stuck by a storm. The entire nation is talking about Mirzapur. The characters that you build, everyone's talking about that. So first of all, the very first question: when what was the first thing that came into your mind when back in the years Mirzapur just came to you and you had to direct the story, you had the story, and you had to build the characters, everything. So what was the first initial thoughts and how did it all start?
So it was almost a moment wherein I had to sort of pinch myself. Ki, is it happening? Is it true? Because, like I keep saying, I'm a huge fan of Mirzapur myself. And
Hmm.
having season one and two, it has always been a kind of a thing. Ki, yeah, something I would love to do something like this. Yeah.
Hmm.
So when the opportunity came my way, obviously I grabbed it with both hands. There's no
Obviously,
two ways. I
yeah.
mean, it was an excellent franchise, firstly. It was an excellent production house to work with, excellent entertainment. And then finally, it was a fantastic platform, Amazon Prime. So, there was no, I mean, I could only see the pluses. So,
Yeah, there were
it was
only
only a
pluses.
win-win. It was only a win-win kind of a thing. So, yeah, and of course, talks were happening over a year or so about it, and and things take time to just fall into place. So it was happening, and finally when it happened, I was thrilled beyond bits. So yeah.
You were thrilled beyond bets, absolutely. But so it comes with a responsibility because when you look with season one, it went with such a hype. And most importantly, when even though season two was so loved, then they established a legacy. One, it was after season two, Mirzapur was for sure that this is not a one season wonder. It's one of the biggest web series that Indian OTT has ever produced. So, was there any burden on your shoulders because they've been you will be working with big characters and this time there were challenges in front of you because you had to build new characters because Kaleen Bhaiya, he had a lesser role in the story at this point of time. You had to build characters like Sharad Shukla. So what was the challenge behind it and what was your thought process?
So honestly, I was the newest guy around. The newest, not, I can't call myself a kid, but I'm the newest guy in the block. So yes, uh, the challenges as such, I wouldn't say they were challenges as much as it was just having to absorb everything and uh, try and be a part of it, only because everything is so set. I mean, like you rightly said, the season one and two was so deeply entrenched in the minds, and also the characters had made a space for themselves in people's hearts.
Exactly.
Huh? And also, I see it purely from the fact that, people could identify with some character or the other. Think that I could probably be this guy. I mean, this is me in real life, or I would love to be
Yeah.
this guy. So, even so, that goes for the women also. So basically, uh, the thing was I had to get into it and sort of fluidly blend into the whole scenario. The thing is, there was no such challenge because, like I said, everyone's role had been charted. The arc was charted and everything, and of course, the story was brilliantly written, and the progression
Written.
was done by the writers. I mean, I would like to say a little bit more, saying that if you see season two, there was that whole bloody massacre that happened, and there was a complete chaos that happened. So this was
Exactly.
almost like pursuing each of the person, each of the character who were all over the place. One was somewhere else. They were scattered. So then it was almost like delving into each one's mind, trying to figure out what their mental state is, what do they want to do, how are they going to take life forward. Whether Kaleen Bhaiya is there or not there, the throne is currently empty. Who all are eyeing the throne? So there are various facets, various layers to the whole things.
Exactly. Now, that brings me to another question that when you were directing all of these senior actors, some actors that are relentlessly good, so you'll have to tell me one actor that you absolutely love to work with, like one actor that was so easy to direct, and on the other side, the other one which was difficult to direct.
So, you know what? The thing is, each one of them, the word in Hindi that you call them like diggaj, they're stalwarts. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. And the format
Yeah.
I come from, which is advertising, you need to probably uh, rehearse a couple of lines, 3 lines at the most, 30 seconds है, 60 seconds है, at the most चलो 5 line actor को बोलना है. Here the guys are effortlessly saying a whole page of dialogue with pauses, with the expressions, and they have the hunger in them to do it again and again because they
Again.
believe in perfection. Somewhere I feel they have this bond with the show because
Mm.
they feel that they are a part of such a big show, and whatever I mean, wherever the show is at the moment is thanks they are there because of the show, and the show is there because of them. It's almost like a mutual symbiotic
Exactly.
kind of.
Yeah.
So it
They
was
complement the story complements them back.
absolutely, absolutely. So I wouldn't think, you could imagine anyone in some other role. You couldn't say ki, okay, probably I could imagine uh, 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 Guddu in some other role or someone else doing Guddu's role. So everyone has made it. They own the role. They own the character that they play. And so that being such a strong thing, no, it was quite a cakewalk actually. It wasn't a challenge because everyone knew what they were doing. And the beauty is they're such seasoned actors and they are lovely human beings that they were open to taking suggestions. They were more than forthcoming when it came to their suggestions, saying that could we try this out? Could we do that? So which was fantastic.
And who was
And
the most fun on the set?
uh,
Like
uh,
the
I
person
feel
that was, yeah.
so see, this on set, if you say, I mean, when the camera is not rolling, it's such a tight knit group. It's like madness. And one of the things that keeps the show going and everything is also the camaraderie that exists between the actors off camera, working
Exactly.
out together and everything. But on camera, if you say ki, who was funny and everything, I mean, the flavor of the season, so to say, is of course Rahim, who has done all his parts with the funny, you know, shairis and
Poetry.
everything. Yeah, the
Yeah,
shairis.
yeah.
And then, of course, Valmiki is another character who has got this little bit of fun element in the beginning when he's talking to his cronies and everything in episode 2.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
these
yeah.
are fun things on set, but yeah, off set, they are a fantastic bunch again to hang out, just to hang out with also.
Just to hang out with. So, and any best friends, like who was most fun? Was it Pankaj Tripathi? How's Pankaj Tripathi behind the scenes? Like we know he's a
Sorry,
very
I
calm,
missed
composed
you.
person, but yeah,
Your screen just froze for a minute. I missed the question.
yeah. I'll ask it again. How is
Ah.
Pankaj Tripathi behind the scenes in the sets? Does he like to have fun, or he stays composed, focuses on his scene? How is it? Take us through.
So I had the honor of directing him just for one scene because as it is his
Yeah,
number of scenes were few, so I had the honor of directing him for one scene, and the very first take that he did, I felt it was fantastic, and he said, "मैं एक और करता हूँ कुछ अलग करता हूँ थोड़ा और emotional." And whatever he did was unsaid. It was just that little expression, that little nod of his, and it made the world of a difference. So it shows, how hungry he was, despite being the Pankaj Tripathi,
yeah.
to just do that little extra thing also. So it was such a treat uh, working with him. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Definitely. Now I'll come up to another question. This is from the point of view of a director,
Sure.
because this time, what's the notion is, it's a good thing that people. I was also actually in a conversation with Anjan Sharma.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sharad.
Sharad Shukla, and he also mentioned, he also agreed with me. He said that in this season गालियां थोड़ी कम थी, violence थोड़ा सा कम था, like because वो था, and that because of that reason, even someone like me could watch it with my parents with forwarding a couple of scenes and that. So do you have that in mind? Because some scenes were violent. I still remember. I think it was the first episode of season 3,
The
that
beheading.
where, yeah, the beheading. That was a very violent scene. But still the violent scenes were a little bit less than season 1 and 2, and also the words, the cussing words, थोड़ी गाली गलौज थोड़ी सी कम थी. So did you have that in mind, or was it by natural? How did you went about it?
So you know what? I don't feel Mirzapur has ever succumbed to the thing of, okay, fine, this is a formula that we should follow, and this is what is getting us eyeballs and everything. It's almost like it has a mind of its own kind of a thing. And
Yeah,
violence and the cuss words are only as and when required. स्वादानुसार बोलते हैं ना वैसा, as and when
Ashwad
required.
and yeah.
So I just thought कि mindless violence and mindless cussing was never
There was
required,
no
and
requirement.
so there was no conscious effort to keep it away or whatever. It was there as and when the scene and the script demanded it.
As and when there was the same. So there was no thought process behind that कि
Not
कम
really.
करना है ज्यादा करना है.
Not at all. Not at all. Like I said, I mean, I don't think Mirzapur would even succumb to that kind of thing. If it demands it, yes. But if it doesn't, it doesn't.
When if it doesn't. Now, in the starting, you mentioned that you're also a fan of Mirzapur, and
Yeah,
before
yeah, yeah.
you were a fan. So let's talk about the storyline. There are a lot of conspiracy theories, and you being the director, I might ask you one. So one conspiracy theory that's floating around was that even Anjum Sharma mentioned to me that he also saw it somewhere. The conspiracy theory was that when the Mirzapur ends,
The call drop, I think.
man tries to shoot him, he
Sorry, I lost
refuses.
you at I lost you at Mirzapur ends, and then you were frozen like this.
Yeah, okay, I'll come back in there. Mirzapur ends, the season 3 ends, and when Pankaj Tripathi, Kalin Bhaiya shoots Sharad Shukla, and then when the policeman comes again and he tries to shoot, Pankaj Tripathi says, "No, don't shoot." Now, Sharad Shukla is lying on the gatti, and we're not sure if he's alive or he's dead. So there was this conspiracy theory going around that this is something between Pankaj Tripathi and Sharad Shukla to go against the CM. So, would you like to dignify this conspiracy theory?
Dignify बोले तो it's good to have people think. No, let us give them some
Yeah.
thought also. Correct. अरे सब तो and कहाँ क्या पता चले. Sometimes you might get a better idea from the people also. Yeah, so
Yes. So ऐसी conspiracy theories से story बनानी. But have you heard of more such conspiracy theories around Mirzapur?
not really, but I before the show went on air, before it dropped on air, people were the
Hmm.
hardcore fans were very vehement about हाँ मुन्ना तो आएगा, मुन्ना जिंदा है and everything, and a lot of people asked me मुन्ना भाई है ना इसमें. Said देखो, and I never said no because मुन्ना भाई है first scene में है.
Yeah. You didn't
So
lie.
so yeah, so there are I mean the more the merrier, man. Let them just keep churning out conspiracy theories. Who knows? Yeah, something might very interesting might pop out.
Something, but yeah, you might also get an idea. So for the audience, keep going with the conspiracy theories.
Absolutely. Please, please.
The directors might be inspired from you.
All guns blazing. Please let them go for it.
Let them go for it. Now, one question I would also like to ask is about before directing season 3, when you were just an audience, when you watch a story, you choose sides. So, are you on Kaleen Bhaiya's side or are you on Gindu's side? From your heart, not as the point of a director, as Anand Iyer, the person, the fan of Mirzapur, not the director.
So I would side with Guddu because he's been wronged in whatever way.
Yeah.
So I would side with him.
I think
As
that's the
Anand.
public sentiment a lot of people have. I'm on
Yeah.
your team in this as well.
Yeah. So yes, though I love Pankaj a lot. And, yeah.
We all
But
do. We all
yes.
do.
But yes, as Anand Iyer, as a human being, I feel yes, I would side with Guddu.
You will side with Guddu. So देख लो we cannot do about the story but director थोड़ा गुड्डू की side है so this might give an audience something to laugh
No, well,
but yes
laugh,
and
yes.
some hope
Guddu still there, very much there. So,
very much right but sir now coming towards the end I would like I'd like to ask you one experience from the entire experience of having to direct Mirzapur that is close to your heart and you would like to share and also one thing that you would like to say to the Mirzapur fans and the audience in general.
so you know, I really look up to the audience because they are the ones who make the show. They watch it, give it all their love, and give us their feedback. Be it honest, we take it with a pinch of salt, constructive criticism, and everything. What was fantastic, and I have said it elsewhere also, was the love that people have for the show. So much so that even when we were shooting in roads, in the thick of all the chalks and everything, people were
Yeah.
so cooperative. And when they see, you get throngs of people, loads of people. Mirzapur ka shooting ho raha hai, and they never. I don't think they even know Ali's name is Ali, and they call him as Guddu Bhaiya. Sharad's name,
Guddu
I mean,
Bhaiya, yeah.
Anjum is Anjum. They call him Sharad. So
Sharad, yeah.
I don't think they are even interested in knowing the name. For them, the Ali is Guddu Bhaiya. End of story. And
End of story,
Anjum
yeah.
is Bharat Shukla. End of story. Pankaj ji is Kaleen Bhaiya. So that way, so they are so invested in the show, and they used to come, hordes of people. But whenever we used to tell them, "Thoda piche ho jao, it will help us facilitate," they were also cooperative, which is so nice to see. It was so, it was really overwhelming. It felt so nice to see.
Yeah, even the public connects to the story now. Okay, like let's understand this is our story.
Yeah,
Let's get back and let them do what they're doing.
yeah.
And
Yeah. So
that's a good thing.
that's fantastic. And we were shooting in the midst of the streets and everything, but it was such a lovely experience.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience.
Thank you
Now
so much.
let's get out of Mirzapur. We've talked a lot, beautiful stories all around. Now, are you passionate about cricket? Do you follow cricket?
Absolutely not, man. If you ask me what I'm passionate about jazz.
You're passionate about
Jazz.
jazz music. Who's your favorite artist?
So it ranges anywhere from Miles Davis, or it could be even the Japanese artists like Isao Suzuki and all those guys. So it it varies from all of them.
That's a very elite choice because in the era of hip hop and pop, I'm also glad that jazz is still alive. But still, what do you think of the World Cup? India won the World Cup.
I'm
Virat
happy.
Kohli.
I mean, I'm all for India. I mean, those kind of things, yes. But if you ask me, ki go into match by match, ball by ball kind of thing, yes, of course, I'm so thrilled to bits. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be? Yeah? And
Absolutely, yeah,
and the whole scene on Marine Drive that was there, it
yeah.
spoke volumes, man. It spoke volumes.
Volumes, yeah. Over 3 lakh people cheering our team.
That says it, no? That says it.
That brings the nation together.
Absolutely,
That brings
absolutely,
patriotism in us too. Now,
absolutely,
now, now. Also, one thing: are you a foodie? Are you,
completely.
do you like?
Yes, yes.
You're a complete foodie.
Yeah, I live to eat.
You live to eat. So
Absolutely.
this is a sort of a rapid fire thing. You have to
Hmm.
tell me 5 favorite dishes of yours.
Five favorite dishes. I like vada pav for sure,
Vada
being a
pav.
Mumbaikar. Amongst
Okay.
I like Kolhapuri mutton. I like
Okay.
Chettinad cuisine. I like a lot of Chettinad cuisine. I like a lot of Andhra cuisine, especially because it's really spicy. I'm talking only about Indian cuisine. I'm not even going outside of India because there is so much India has got to offer to you. And
Exactly.
and then there is Goan stuff and then Kashmiri Wazwan and stuff. You tell me I can keep going on and on, man. So I mean I love food, yeah. End of story. Favorite bole hote hain,
You
aisa
love food.
absolutely. So
And,
me and my wife
and, and,
actually.
and, and you'll have to choose between two foods. I'm giving you a rapid fire right now. I'll give you two
Sure,
foods. You have to choose one and then we'll go to the next.
sure.
Okay. Vada pav or chole bhature.
Vada pav.
Vada pav or samosa.
Vada pav.
Vada pav or shahi paneer.
Vada pav any day.
Vada pav or butter chicken.
Vada pav. Man,
Vada
these are
pav or
very cool.
Hyderabadi biryani.
वड़ा पाव अरे वो थोड़ा the Maharashtra kind of a thing stays ऐसा but no I'm just saying but yeah uh, vada pav hands down from whatever you asked me.
So anything I shoot to you, the answer is going to
Absolutely,
be vada pav.
absolutely it's like the go-to kind of food, yeah.
Yeah, anyone related to Mumbai direction, vada pav has to be there for day. It's
No,
like you
man.
have to be loyal to vada pav, if not anything else.
It's not loyal but as much as like क्या है कुछ नहीं चल जल्दी एक वड़ा पाव लेके आ. So it's that kind of a thing. It's nothing elaborate or whatever. It's like on the move kind of a thing. Yet it's so tasty.
Yeah, it's so tasty. Yeah, and it was also ranked as one of the best snacks in the world. Like it was seventh or eighth in the 100 list for being the best snacks.
We need to make it to the top first. Then we need to be one number one then soon.
Absolutely. So it was absolutely lovely talking to you, and
Such
we
an
are
honor. Such
waiting for
an honor.
season 4. And
Yes,
season three blew our minds. It built a story. It was very well directed. We admire your
so glad.
work,
I'm so
and
glad.
we wish you the best of luck for all the future endeavors and projects that you come up with.
Thank
And
you
we
so
would
much.
want to see such creative work. And so
Thank
keep going. And thank you so much for coming to our show.
thank
We
you
had
for
a
having
great
me.
time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.